So I really like what Liquid has. To me, this is like a 65-35 for Liquid.
Yeah, I'd agree. I like the Liquid draft a lot. Everyone's mentioning it. I'm just very concerned about the early game. Like, Entity have to do a lot with this, your Blink DK, and I do really wonder if no one's actually going to go for it first item, just because of how important it's going to be for them to set up for the arrows in particular, to be that active like tempo controller, because we have seen, you know, a bit of the different build up for the DK. Predominantly it is the Mage Slayer first item, so yeah, we'll see if he's going to go that and stall out the Blink, but it's just Entity got to really control the map and hope they have a pretty sizable net worth lead, because Liquid are going to play for stacks. This is something that we saw yesterday. They were very heavily focused on the stack game.
I'm a bit afraid for the Spudge. I think Watson is probably one of the best Spudges in the world, carry-wise. But against this Muerta, this was a really good pick, having that long-range silence. You don't really want to go early BKB on Pudge, and even if you do you really want to, you know, BKB for such a... I don't want to say mediocre spell, but you know, it's just a basic spell on the calling from Bo3. So overall, I feel like this is kind of a hard game for the team fight. Surely you have this Brewmaster. I feel like at the end of the day, Entity weighed their options and they felt like stealing the Brewmaster was better than banning it. I'm curious to see how the M is going to perform, because usually, you know, 33 is just amazing on the hero, but the M, I'm still, yeah, I think he has to prove himself here, because 33 definitely the king of the hero.
How do we feel about this mid lane for no one? I mean, for, you know, traditionally Razor versus melee hero inside the lane has been very Razor favored. I know that can be a little bit different in the mid lane though, just because the Razor doesn't have the full length of the lane to be able to play with the static link.
It's a farm fest. You just, yeah, like he might get a couple extra denies, but at the end of the day, this DK hero is just close to broken, right? Yeah, he steals a lot of damage, but then you breathe fire. That felt, honestly, if they're gonna nerf DK, I hope they nerf the duration, like that. The scaling, there's a scaling on the duration of his Q, because it's way too long. I think it's like 12 seconds or something. You pretty much get it 100% uptime in the lane. It's crazy.
This is indeed a very, very strong spell here for the Dragon Knight. So we'll see. Like you said, though, mid probably going to be the farm fest. Bottom, excited to see some new heroes coming out. 2 heroes with a skill shot inside the lane. Well, I guess 3 if you include the dead shot as well. So we do see Fishman taking a little bit of damage at the moment.
This is the anti-Beastmaster lane, right? You have Arrow and Hook to deal with the boar, so 33 is going to have to be playing mostly with the axes.
Nice.
But, oh, there you go! The skill shot.
Should be our first blood. Well, it will be our first blood. I wasn't expecting Liquid to get it, though. So they're actually able to snipe down Fishman's Mirana beforehand. And, alright, first blood. Who got it, actually? It was Bo3 that gets it. Okay.
Yeah, so Fishman hesitated with the blood grenade because he was very low. Didn't want to feed first blood before they got the kill, but then he dies anyways once he throws it. But overall, a decent-ish trade, right? At least it's not the Beastmaster picking it up. But Liquid probably very happy about it, because this is not a lane the Beastmaster is necessarily going to be happy with.
And do we feel like there's going to be as much action in the top lane as well, with the double range here from Liquid? Of course, some heroes that they've been having some success in, I should say, in the recent past. But how does it going to fare into the Brewmaster and the Ruby?
I think it's a more passive lane, right? Have Enigma, Luna, you can trade well, but the kill potential is definitely lacking. DK Rubik is also not that... I'm sorry, Brewmaster Rubik is not that bursty as well. If anyone dies there, to me, it's probably going to be Insania. You know, he gets run down by the Cinder Brew plus the Clap if he's out of position. But I would be impressed to see anyone else die in this lane.
And what do we want the item build actually to be from Insania this game as well? Is he going to go the Vlad's route again? Because, I mean, you have a Beastmaster, so maybe he could enable the Beastmaster to not have to go the Vlads this game, or would you like maybe him to go for it so Insania can get something like a mech?
I like Vlads this game. I like both Vlads and Bearing. I feel like having a way to reset from the fights of Entity, so like that brew split gets popped, if you just get that max move speed away, it could allow your team to go in and out of fights, because in terms of cooldowns, Liquid... I think the cooldowns are not that big besides the black hole, so you have a lot of value in not necessarily committing for the fight, wasting the brew split, wasting the moonlight shadow, then re-engaging once you have a more favorable position. Oh yeah, he's really low. Okay. Oh, they cancel the self. Beautiful. Beautiful by Bo3 there.
Did he mean it, or was he just trying to hit Fishman? I didn't see.
He got both. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, this is huge. Look at the amount of creeps they're losing bottom there. Oh no.
A nice read from 33 actually just pulls the wave off the tower.
Yeah.
So Watson kind of, yes, at least he does have the tower region and the helm, so he'll be able to heal back up a little bit. But Fishman, his self, I believe, also got cancelled as well. So really low resources into the lane that has a Bassi as well for 33. So the spam will continue.
Yeah, definitely. He's a little bit out of resources now, but I think the damage is done. Watson was doing pretty well in CS, already bottom of the pack there, while they're just pressuring him so much, he can even CS.
Must say him.
Look at that. Is he dead?
Wow. Okay. Maybe.
They do have a dead shot, but yeah, probably not enough.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I'll say I'm a little bit surprised at the CS chart with Nisha being behind the DK.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have when you have boots on DK, you don't really get a lot of static link duration, and just having that brief fire is awful as they do finally get Watson. Can they at least get Mr. Bo3? They do. Oh, maybe double kill. All right.
Fish. Okay. Is 33 going to be able to catch up to him? Another leap. All his charges. Actually, Mr. Roche is not on this side of the map as well. 33 is going to guess wrong. They've got the idons to potentially scout. It's like Fishman will TP out. Oh, mid lane though, Nisha. Watson, what's a brother doing mid lane? Carry, trying to help and offer some assistance. What a hook! Oh, Watson, that'll help result the kill onto Nisha. Beautifully done.
I think the only reason he got that hook off was because it was nighttime. I think he was out of vision. He was like outside of the tower aggro range. He gets that hook. Beautifully done. Gotta be careful not to die here. He is... Wait, do you really want to hook Bo3 here?
Got Tommy coming on over with a double damage rune, so maybe you feel more than okay with going for it. Bo3 close to the deny, but unfortunately not enough.
Top 3 net worth now after all of that. He was having a terrible lane, gets 2 kills. Watson. Pudge is such a weird hero. It feels like he's very light on lane, doesn't really farm that fast, but Watson just being, I don't know, he found 2 kills that kind of put him back in this game. I feel like if you lose the lane as hard as he did, sometimes it's really hard to come back, especially against a Luna. You're just gonna get out-farmed heavily.
Top lane, DM. Might be in some trouble here with the Malefice. Got that blood grenade as well to add on top. Another beam up in a couple of seconds. DM's been playing very aggressive without the support in his lane, and he's going to be punished for that. We'll have a bit of a fight for the Wisdom Rune as well. Does go the way of Bo3. Great micro as well from Insania, even though he was using some of the Eidolons for the kill top. Also had one split away to deny Radiant's Wisdom Rune.
Now, there's a big problem here for Watson, which is 33 is going to get level 6 with the next creep pretty much. And I think there's some value in going for a rotation. Maybe Insania going through the twin gates. That's definitely an advantage. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Maybe even Mika joining in. If they don't read this properly, Watson could die again.
The issue is
that
they're
hello.
a lot of attention bottom, so you're going to get the kill into Watson, but we do see there is a trade occurring on the other side of the map. Now, they got it fast enough to potentially be able to react. In fact, they'll actually cancel their TP. So that was Bo3 who was thinking they might TP mid to offer some assistance.
Yeah, Nisha definitely very well aware of what's happening. No one showed up to help Watson, so they can only be here or top. This mid tower, though, still with the glyph, I don't think they're going to be able to take it. This is a very advantageous trade for Liquid. They get tower plus the carry.
Nice ball micro. When you got the cliff ward as well, so I guess confirms them. But what?
Whoa!
Again! Dude, Watson? What is going on? This man on the Pudge right now, I'm very impressed. I've not seen a Pudge performance like this in the early game for quite some time.
Damn, he just dies, shows up with a clutch hook in the mid lane. And that was so beautiful from Nisha as well. His awareness was pitch perfect, just dodging that rotation. Still dies twice. But yeah, like when you look at Mike, he's having a free game. And I think this net worth advantage is just going to increase. Luna at this stage just farms much faster. Like, Entity, to me, they had to be a bit farther ahead for me to consider them as favorites right now. At least you have this no one DK having an amazing game, and he's going for a Blink Dagger. I love this. I think this is what you need. You cannot be too greedy with the item build here.
You don't think they're happy with this start? I feel like this is like one of the more ideal starts you can get, and really purely just the DK's net worth compared to the Razor, because I really thought this was at least 50-50 at least. Like, the fact that DK is a 1300 net worth lead over the Razor is really huge.
To me, like, when you look at the net worth, it looks okay, but Brewmaster's power curve is weird, right? Now you pretty much you maybe use Primal Split for one fight, but you're going to be farming your Radiance for the next 4 to 5 minutes, probably. And I think that's when it allows Liquid not only to farm the timings that they need, but to, like, the only option, it's very easy to read what Entity is going to do. It's Blink Dagger on DK, Arrow on Smarana. If you can set up heroes in a way that you can assist them, or just farm with good vision, it might be hard to actually get those rotations going. But there will be Moonlight Shadow. So I think that's what the Entity is counting on, just getting Fisherman to level 6. Signing level 6 already. Going for drums. Really like it.
I mean, 24 last hit, so big reason why he's been able to get that. And again, we got to keep in mind he did also deny that Wisdom Room from Entity, so bit of a reason why Kataomi and Fishman are a little bit low on that experience route. But let's see if they want to smoke as soon as they kill this creep wave mid, or if they're still going to continue to hide the Blink Dagger. I mean, this T1 tower down both top and mid will definitely enable some of the rotations to the side lanes, but who do you want to see them shut down in particular for Entity? Who should they be targeting with these Blink movements?
I think Luna's definitely the best one to shut down, but in between the Beastmaster and the Razor, I would probably kill Nisha. I feel like this hero, like at this stage, if you didn't have a good laning stage, you have to pretty much just farm your BKB to be useful. Like, you're not gonna be very important in these fights. So yeah, I think if you can reliably kill Razor, he's the hero that's supposed to dictate the mid game more than the Luna, I think. Look at those stacks though, as you said. Liquid very good with taking the stacks, and just not enough vision or awareness here from Entity to shutting it down.
Kataomi? Very nice hook.
A good hook.
They do also run into Insania trying to path on over to get involved inside the team fight, so a bit of a freebie there for Entity.
All right. Helm ready for 33. Looks like he's going for the standard Beastmaster build here. Just Helm of the Overlord should probably be next. And, oh, they find Nisha. Where's the arrow, though? No angle.
Now they're actually going to think about turning it back around. Nisha's taking a lot of damage, though. A hook again. Watson on point so far, and this is a Pudge with a haste rune. He's going to charge in the middle. Even DM wants to get involved in the team fight with the first split of the game. They're not done, though. Hook's still on cooldown, which is going to be a bit of an issue, but they've got other stuns coming through. As Box is killed off under the T2 tower, DM with his micro is going to be able to catch up to Insania. Maybe threatening of a hope of a black hole, but there would be no one else to follow up, and Liquid crumble in the mid lane. They are some gigantic kills at Entity, very much requiring for them to have this fast tempo lineup to work.
Really weird call from Nisha to fight, right? Maybe if he has 6k net worth instead of 4, he survives there and they can somehow, get a roar in and do some damage. But with the Luna not joining, I feel like a big part of Liquid's net worth is on Mike. So it's even more deceiving how big of a gap there is right now. Because this Razor, the hero that's supposed to be the first point of contact, right? Ideally, you want the Razor to soak damage so that the Beastmaster shows up and roars a very important target. Since he doesn't have Blink, doesn't really have a way to engage. Oh no.
Add a fourth one. This is not good.
They have Dragon Form. This is gonna be at least a glyph here from Liquid. We'll see when they wanna pop it. I mean, look at Watson as well. He is 900 gold away from his Zags. He is keeping up in net worth with this Luna just because of the fights they're getting.
This is some of the issues that we were kind of speaking about though, right? Like if Nisha doesn't have a good lane, the tempo doesn't particularly come out. I mean, he's playing a Razor, I suppose, so it's much different in this game. But again, it's another Liquid draft where you lose the early game and you are just back to farming. You're praying you're going to be able to stall this game out long enough. I mean, 33 pipe queued up for him. But let's see if they're going to be able to play well from behind, because Entity, their vision game so far has been incredible. You've got Radiance now in the Brewmaster as well, so these fights look even more difficult to take.
Yeah, an interesting pipe. I was expecting 33 to finish the Overlord just because then the hook doesn't one-shot the Ancients. But feeling like this magic damage is a problem, and sure it is, especially when Nisha is going Yasha instead of the BKB. So his is still gonna be at pretty big.
This is huge bottom if this smoke connects. They're actually trying to target down Watson at the moment. 33 just shows. If they wait a second too longer, you potentially Watson shows in that lane. There could be a question actually if even they had the damage for him that close to the tower, but unfortunately, regardless, smoke doesn't work out. Entity get the T2 tower top, and now they're actually going to smoke us too and look to go through the portal, and currently 33 is around this area.
This is such a good Pudge game, like in terms of Flash Heap. When you look at all of the damage that Liquid has, pretty much every single spell that they have is like damage over time. The Calling, the Razor, Beastmaster Creeps, they all get nullified. The Glaives, the Eclipse. If you get strong enough here on Watson, they're gonna have severe damage problems. Even Black Hole and Midnight Pulse. I'm not sure how it works with pure damage. I'm not sure if it's for all sources or only physical and damage and magical. But regardless, like Flash Heap is amazing this game.
He's getting to that stage where he's going to be a very big issue. And his lane was pretty rough as well, but
yeah,
some incredible hooks, great rotations, which you wouldn't expect out of a Pudge, but well, I should say which you wouldn't expect out of a carry is what I mean. But you know, Watson, rank 1 player, knows what he needs to do across the map to find a way back in, and the big reason why he's top net worth. In fact, it's Brewmaster that overtakes it now as well. So DM also off to a great time, as you've been uncontested with a lot of his free farm. Is going to go that Radiance build as well, so a little bit more of a greedier start to the item. Sometimes you see, you know, the Ag Shard straightly after the Radiance, but really wants to help the macro play with the boots.
And I also love what no one's doing, going for an Orchid. He pretty much has it flying out. No Dispel whatsoever. So Orchid into Dragon Tail is a kill on pretty much any hero here. I think the Manta is still pretty far away from Mickey as well. This is timing that Entity is definitely going to utilize.
Look at Nisha. He's wanting to try and farm the Ancients that he just stacked, but DM's here.
He has to TP right now.
Oh, and he might... Okay, never mind. No one the first person to TP in. So he's going to be able to stop Nisha's escape. Oof.
This is what 0 and 5 on Nisha. Not at all the type of performance we expected. And even the lane, right? I think DK is supposed to be okay in this lane, but he was winning the CS by a big margin. I'm very impressed with how well no one has played. Because, oh, hello.
I was going to say, they're actually starting to tip it down. Even Mickey was thinking about showing up to the fight. They may have got a glimpse of 33.
Yeah, he wants to cut the wave, but they're on it. It should be fine. This is a tower, maybe even Roche. Their Roche taking is kind of mediocre. So that's one of the problems here for Entity. Roche taking and Siege is mediocre. It's only the DK that can really do it. I guess if this Brewmaster is extremely strong, his Brewings can also do damage. But then you might run into a position where they wait for the Primal Split to fight you. So that's why I think, even though Liquid is behind, they can still hold this game. it's a slow game unless Entity gets slow. Oh, they find 33.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go.
No way. 33 got slowed by the Purge creep. So he couldn't try and run away fast enough to get a TP location before Katomi close to distance.
Is there like a rule for when the Purge creep goes for it, or is it random, just like the old Hurl boulder thing?
I think it's got something to do with the radius and when a second hero comes in, and mainly an enemy hero.
Okay.
That
does make sense then. He didn't get unlucky, right? It's just that someone was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is
I believe that is the case with a lot of the neutrals, but there are still some random stuff that can happen where, I don't know, I feel like I've seen sometimes, especially the Purge one, can go off them with some weird moments. I'm not quite sure, but I do think that is something that we do see pretty regularly, though, when the ability gets used from neutrals when another enemy is nearby.
Yeah, I'm happy that they changed the Ogre one. That was awful.
Yeah,
like you just being stunned randomly. Oh, the arrow here from Fishman doesn't find the beast, and Insania will TP away.
What do Liquid do? Is it just purely farm? Is it even an option for them to fight?
I think when they have the pipe, fighting could be possible, especially contesting Roche, but Bo3 is not fighting. He's just being hunted down. I feel like if you have pipe and possibly BKB on this Luna, there's an argument for taking a fight. You just group up and you should be able to take it. It's just that aggressively just hunting for someone when you don't know where Entity is, that's just not going to happen. Their catch is limited. They're far behind in terms of net worth. You're not going to get a good engagement that way.
And the vision so far from Entity again. Some great lane wards from them being able to assist in these kills across the map. They actually want to fight Liquid. They've got Nisha in a pretty decent position to wrap around. Targeting no one but Watson again. However he's using the hook this game, it seems perfect. Aggressively, defensively, getting the boys out of a difficult position. Almost gets to Dismember as well, jumping over the top of the calling. But yeah, he is on one today.
His item build is also pitch perfect. Like, I feel like a lot of pudges would just be inclined to finish the Veil, but with the nerfs to the item, he's like, no, I need the armor and the HP regen for the lane, but I'll rush my eggs and I'll get this blink so we can play fast tempo with the blink dagger on the DK. And he's just... the amount of time he's using farming and fighting is just exactly what Entity needed for this game. I guess the big problem is, a lot of other drafts would already be able to have taken an Aegis, would already be able to maybe pressure just a bit more. They're taking fights on Entity, but the map, you still have a tier 2, mid and bottom. It's not the end of the road. I think 6K is still on the edge where Liquid is not uncomfortable, even though they're clearly behind.
It's definitely one of the better shards that they're able to pick up, being the Enigma one. So you'll take any little extra bonus you can get. They did just smoke onto this lane wall that's still up at the moment from Entity.
Oh, Sonya will be able to get out, but they have vision of 33. There's a ward in the mid of the lane, but no catch. Oh.
So that'll probably be Roche, right? You gotta kill kind of at least close enough to the front of the pit, and they're gonna walk in, so... I mean, maybe you'll be able to take the tier 1 town mid lane as a trade for Liquid. They are still a little bit scared because someone can always be setting up mid and maybe one of the supports that aren't needed for Roche. So they're just going to go back and get what little farm they can. Really seems like just... for them, it's avoiding until BKB. I mean, how close is Nisha? He needs one component. You've got a BKB getting worked on for Mickey as well. He's 2 components away. So we'll see. It's really going to be up to 33 though, and potentially Insania to cut some of the waves here with some of their summons.
Oh, DM, he gets the TP here. Nisha.
Maybe 33 as well. We're going to get chased down.
Yeah, I guess... yes, he's not going to TP away. He's dead.
Look at the creep too. Okay, apparently the neutral just nuked down the creep, so missing a little bit of gold. Nisha mid lane. What's up with the haste? Actually... I was going to say, if he piles into the river, maybe no one can get in. They are anticipating him falling back to the triangle and farming, but Nisha's got a good read of the sweep across the map.
Yeah. I mean, Entity is playing this game really, really well. I think not only their map movements have been superior to Liquid's, but even their performance in the laning stage. They recovered the safe lane. I think the performance here from No One has been stellar. Especially at the beginning of the entity, this new entity lineup, I had some performances from No One that it really felt like it was quite far away from the form he had at his best with peak VP. But I think this performance here, this is not a great matchup for the DK, and he made it look really easy.
Yeah, it honestly really outplayed Nisha, and again, it helps with some of the rotations we got out of Watson. Like we have to take that into account.
For sure.
There were some crazy hooks in the early game from the Pudge, and which is great so far. The defensive hooks, like against the Raw, against the Static Link, like these are really abilities that are important to kite from Entity. You know, the calling as well to get someone out of this field that can be very difficult to escape from. So it's just, I must say, this is a very similar outcome we've seen from Liquid recently in this tournament and recently. Like if you really do not have a good early game, this is what the first half an hour of the game looks like, where you are just avoiding every single fight.
Yeah, unfortunately has been the case, and I was afraid that this could have been the case for Entity. They had this Brewmaster, but there was so much space created by both Pudge and DK that DM, he's just having a field day. He got his radius, like this is a super greedy build with Travels and Octarine. He doesn't need to think about a Lotus Orb, a BKB, an Aeon Disc. Those are very common second or third items for Brew. But he feels super confident just walking into the fights. And yeah, go on.
I was gonna go on to a different point if you wanted to finish that one.
No. But I was just gonna say that I expected. I cut you again. That this Muerta was gonna be more effective against the Pudge. But like this game hasn't been about the dismembers. It feels like once you get the hook off, they already have the control anyways. Having that silence from the Muerta, I gotta say, it feels like this Boxy pick hasn't been impactful.
No, I really want to look at Mickey though, because if this is a game where Mickey is continuing the trajectory he's currently on, like he's farming up a storm right now. I mean, the fact that his top net worth, when Liquid have their entire map has been so difficult to play this game. If Mickey can get the farm, is this a good enough Luna game where he can actually do enough with, you know, the Beastmaster auras and the Enigma auras as well, and everyone else assisting him?
Technically, yes. I do feel like Luna Beastmaster is one of the strongest combination. You still have this Enigma that could get a Blink Dagger out of nowhere and surprise Entity. You need to get the level 20 though. I think level 20. Oh my god, they found him.
Out of the base, Mickey.
Oh no.
At least was able to activate the BKB before the dismember. He's going to try and pop the Eclipse and stand strong. It's a decent amount of damage out on Watson. A hope and a prayer of a black hole. Stolen one. Kataomi turns it straight back around. Mickey, 0 deaths so far, but it looks like the first one will come out front of his base. And an instant stun from No One. Catches 33 on the jump in. And now they're going to swarm deeper inside the base as well. Insania caught at the throne. A 5-man wipe, and all they lose is the Aegis from Entity. This is going to be a lot of damage to the base.
Oh man, that was close. Luna, yeah, got her BKB off, got the shard off, but even still, it's just way too much damage on Entity. The black hole was good, but you're playing against that Rubik. As a 5, you're not gonna get a Lincoln Sphere. You don't have the luxury of fighting both the Pudge and the Rubik in the same black hole. So I think Insania's black hole was fine. It's just Mickey, I don't know. I don't even know how Watson got that hook off. This is nighttime Luna getting hooked by a Pudge at nighttime with no vision. Like, Watson is just incredible with this hero.
Oh, Kataomi? Maybe you might be able to get a kill, maybe not. Entity doing a really good job to protect their supports.
Oh.
DM's got 3,300 health. This is not an easy kill, and you see 33... Not even wanting to commit the
Another hook!
Another hook. Watson, he just can't miss. Close your eyes, chuck it out, it doesn't matter. Wherever it's casted, seems like it's always on point from him this game.
This is absurd. This is really absurd. Okay.
Watson, nice double 4-staff. They'll waste the BKB and the Static Link. Now no one's going to get the jump in, but this is the buyback as well from Muerta. They'll kill off Boxy. And now look to turn for 33 as well. At least Mickey's going to be able to stand his ground and pump out a little bit of damage, but they are just far too behind. They don't have the resources. They don't have the items to strike back. Eclipse is only tickling Entity, and they recognize how far they truly are ahead. There's no concerns for them. G's are going to be dropped. And Entity, what a convincing Game 1 performance from them.
Really convincing. From the laning stage to the map movements, they didn't give